Yeah, I want to touch on something that you mentioned earlier on in the show, about 30 minutes back, Bob, when you said that the courts and the CPS claims that veteran suicides are not tied to the family courts in any way. Now, back in 2015, I think it was, wasn't it, Pop, somewhere around there when Operator 11 got a hold of us?
Yeah.
We had somebody who was working at St. Louis that got us 3 years of data that I went through with a fine-tooth comb and broke down. 34% of all veteran suicides were touched by the family courts.
Yeah.
There was exactly one unicorn, one female, out of hundreds and hundreds. And all of the majority of those suicides that were touched by the family courts were in the ranks between E4 and E6. That's when you first get your taste of a little more money than a private makes, and you're starting to make a little bit. You're thinking about starting to have a family, and you get married, and then she takes you and bends you over the barrel and does all those things that they do to you that we can't talk about here because YouTube will just ban us outright.
We got a Title 4D of Title 4D of the Social Security Act mandates every state manage a child support program.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
When you pointed out about the money coming out of Social Security, it doesn't come out of Social Security. Mm-hmm. Title 4D, the bucket of money that they pay their commission out of, is the money that is collected from us. The money comes out of from other parents and put back in, they call it recovery to the state.
Yeah.
Title 4D payments go to the state.
It comes from a general fund, not the general fund, but a general fund.
But the money that goes into the pool for that is the money that they collect from us. Yeah. And whenever they use veteran benefits to make a child support order or to push us to collect it, they get a credit for that with the federal government through HHS, and that credit through the Federal Office of Child Support Enforcement, that credit is their commission percentage. That's how they get calculated for the amount of money that the states get.
Yeah.
California, Washington, Arizona, and Texas are the top four. I know that Michigan is definitely high in the list. Louisiana, I mean, when you look at it, you get the whole United States. You're going to say, this is happening everywhere. This is one of the worst problems that is causing veteran suicide and causing veterans to die just in homeless because they've got nothing left to live on, and they're in a car in the street under a bridge saying, what do I do? What do I do? I got the VA benefits. Some, like yourself, Brandon, you got the Social Security, and they're garnishing the Social Security.
Yeah. Normally we only respond to super chats because we get so much traffic in the chat. But this one I want to respond to. Somebody asked, where the hell did Title D40 come from in the first place? The answer, very briefly, is under President Gerald Ford in 1975. The key figures involved in its development were Senator Russell Long, Democrat, Louisiana, Representative Al Ullman, Democrat, Oregon, and Representative Martha Griffiths, Democrat of Michigan. Those are the three in 1975 who introduced the original bill, which was called H.R. 17045 and Senate Bill 1841 in the Senate. That's where Title D originated from.
That's crazy you're saying that.
75.
If you understand Title 4, Bob, if you understand Title 4D, you have to understand Title 4A. It started in A. So this was when all, World War II, that was grant money. The United States used to give grant money because these soldiers would go over and they'd fight this war. And then in 1975, Ford goes, well, and there was a lot of other people going, well, we can get a lot of money from these citizens. That's what happened. And they changed it to Title 4D. So it was grant money, and you don't have to repay grant money. But now if you're on child support, Title 4D, you're on state assistance, period. And
But
that's go ahead, Bob.
the key point coming back is that veteran benefits have always been exempt from Title 4D. They cannot collect it, they cannot use it, they cannot fund it, they cannot collect it. The tiny bit of time between 1977 and 1981 where benefits received instead of retired pay, it's gone.
Right.
It's gone. The Former Spouses Act separated veteran benefits from retired pay, and the Veteran Benefits or the Veterans Judicial Review Act made veteran benefits exempt from everything. And that is the end of the line. So on Veteran Hope, you can, veteranhope.org, you can read about how that happened. Child Support and the Absurd Mythology of Rose explains that in detail and explains the effect of the Veterans Judicial Review Act. Congress did not reach into state jurisdiction to make veteran benefits exempt from state jurisdiction. That's the thing. Lawyers will tell you that Congress can't do that. But wait a minute. If Title 38 belongs to the federal government, Congress can dictate who has jurisdiction. And since Congress has said nobody else has jurisdiction, that means nobody can touch it. So what we're trying to do is help more veterans understand everything these scumbag lawyers and judges and whatnots and magistrates and communists and whaters are doing is not just illegal, but illegal in a way that you can sue them as corrupt state employees.
Fuck yeah, I want to see that.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporter Sundays, go to redonkulas.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the meat caser box.